Boom, boom, how's it going? It is ITJ again, and in today's video, we are going to be focusing on an awesome lady called Ponte. And Ponte literally started off for her journey on the wrong side of the compliance. She went out and she built a house with no plans. How can you build a house with no plans? We find out in this next video here on how she managed to do it. However, if it wasn't for her neighbors who went to report her, this could have been a disaster. My name is Taurai Jack, and welcome to M5 Successful Friends. And we are here talking about property, real estate, and talking about anything and everything around property. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to M5 Successful Friends. And today, like no any other day, I bring you another successful friend to M5. And her name is Bontle Zwane. Bontle, how are you?
I'm good. And you, TJ? How are you?
Very well, thank you. And we just had a quick brief talking to you, and you're saying that you're on the your own site. And how can you be on site with no helmet?
I'm far from the building where they are building, so I ran quickly to the car just to attend to this. And yeah, after I'm going back there.
And my wife is always saying to me, "No, I don't want to go to the site because my hair is going to be messy." And I'm seeing you already there. You know, you there.
Multitasking. You run quickly to the car, you with your hair, then you go back, check. Yeah, but I'm just here for a few minutes, and because our meeting was starting now at 9, so now at 1, I didn't have a choice just to go quickly to the car and just have the meeting from there.
Awesome stuff. Bontle, who is Bontle, and where did your property journey start from?
Okay. Bontle Zwane, she's a wife. She's a mother. She was raised in a location called Ivory Park by two parents. And my property journey started, I wouldn't say 2013, because 2013, what we did is I just raised funds, bought a vacant land and left it unattended for some time. Then after like 2-3 years, came back again after trying a lot of things, and I was like, ah man, now I need to concentrate on this. Then I started building on the land 2016, and 2017 it was finished. It was multi-families property. I'm renting it out. That's where I started. But I was just buying a property, wanting to rent out. That was all for me by then.
When you say that you started off with other things, right? For me, I started off with chickens, and I went into car rental and trading in between. And I won some money, I lost some money. What did you go into before you actually went into property?
I went to a funeral parlor.
Right.
Oh, I started a funeral. Yes.
Now.
I went,
more people dying?
Yeah, there's more people dying, but things happened there. Partnership. We had to lose money as well, as you say. Going through to a partnership, you don't have the same focus. You don't have the same commitment. So I started a funeral parlor. I started a pub where people will just come and eat and buy drinks and go. That was too draining for me. 24 hours, I have to be there. At night, I have to be there. Yeah, and I started event company, but wish it's still on. Then now I went full time on property investing, which I'm still new, though I'm still learning from you guys at TJs and your Andrews and all those guys that they're already making it in the industry.
Well, Bontle, you know, when you are here already, our show is about people that are starting off. They've done something, and we celebrate them because it's on a big achievement just to already start. You know, because a lot of people they want, but never start. So well done so far on your journey.
Thank you so much.
What was your stumbling block when you were starting off, Lebo? I mean, you've gone into different partnerships, different business, but what was the stumbling block for you?
When I started the property,
100%.
Main thing as the property that I bought from, I'll say knowledge.
Right.
If you are not that clued up of what you're doing, you end up making mistakes. Again, the property that I bought it a partnership. Later, they had to resell. We had to change ownership. So I will say knowledge, not knowing what you're doing, because there are a lot of rules and regulations in order for you. Before you start building, you need to have your plans in place. So I started building because I thought, this is location, I can just build. And when they started complaining, the neighbors started complaining, and yeah, it was a lot of drama. We had to, we had to now start afresh, stop the project, and we start afresh. We have to do the plans. So I will say mostly it's education, not knowing what to do, and going to partnership with people that they want it for money and there's no passion there. And in between, you end up working hard more than anyone else. And at the end of the day, you guys, you need to rip off whatever that you as a person you did, and other people, they've done nothing. So far, yeah, I think that's the only thing that I did when I started, not doing enough research.
Bontle, you're giving me chicken skin goosebumps. I've heard of people starting to build with no plans. I've never actually met a person who's done that, but there you are. But the question I want to ask here is, when you started doing it, great. I mean, you just go and buy your material and you build it. And you start telling them, yeah, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do. And some builders will never ask for the plan. Some will insist, I can't build without a plan. At what junction did you realize that, no man, I have to get the plans?
When I receive a letter, when I got a letter from the municipality to say, we see your people are on site, and we already have complaints from your neighbors to say that the building that is taking place, and it looks like it's going to be a rental place, which we didn't, there is no plans. When I started getting a letter, luckily they complained before the building was up, like it was on the foundation phase. When they complained, when I received that letter. So yeah, we had to go attend to the matter. We went to Midrand, because the land is in Midrand, to the municipality with Midrand, and the neighbors, whoever that they attended the matter. We went, and yeah, they did explain that this is, we've got this problem of that you building without plans, and the neighbors are complaining. So we had to stop the project. After receiving the letter, they give you some time to demolish the whole building. And yeah, you just need to apply and start afresh. So I had to spend a lot of money, but it was worth it for the plans. And we submitted. We had to wait maybe for another 2-3 months. And that's when we started building.
Now, Lebo, did you have to demolish everything that you had built?
Yeah. As I'm saying, mine, it was like very lucky because I was on the foundation phase. So I didn't spend that much. It was like, yeah, I've lost like cement, concrete. Yeah, but we had to demolish everything. They give you time though. They give you time. They'll tell you that we give you like 3 months or 6 months to fix your papers. After fixing your papers, come back to us, and yeah, we'll take it. So with me, it was on the starting phase. I'm so glad that they complained very early. So yes, yeah, we had to stop the project at all.
This would have gone.
That's what I went through.
this could have gone in a little bit worse. But Lebo, what were Bontle, sorry, what were you actually building? What is it
I
now?
was building rooms. You know your normal rooms, casting one?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yeah. I was building just a normal rooms, blocks, like the first floor, second floor rooms.
Yeah.
So yeah, then I had to change the whole structure and just make it a normal house.
Okay. So now you turned
Then
it into a
yes,
normal.
yes,
Okay. So in today's world, what does it look like?
it's a normal, beautiful, big house. That's how it looks like with approved plans. So in case tomorrow I decide to take everyone else or to sell,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll just cut um, whatever walls that are not on the plan, because I did temporary walls inside just to divide. So it's just a house. So when they came the second time, because my neighbors they didn't want someone to build. I don't know if they wanted to buy the land or what was the story, but they were forever complaining. So this time around, they went and complained, and the guy said, "There's nothing I can do. There are plan in place that is approved and they're building, so there's nothing you can do at this stage now. You just have to let her build."
Bontle, you speak
You
about
see.
something else that I have experienced a number of times, and these days I've got a better way of managing it, which is um,
Mm,
your neighbors that are playing good cop and bad cop, and in this case, they were playing good cop
mm,
because you were the one in fault here, and they went to report to you.
yes.
But how do you deal with such kind of neighbors?
Mm,
Because ultimately, your business is there, and these guys are your neighbors. And
mm.
how do you manage that?
To tell you now, neighbors, they've got a tendency of complaining, forgetting to check their building as well.
Right.
So while we're busy doing the plans, only to find out the person that is complaining, her gate is just in my yard.
Oh,
So yeah, we said, you know what, yes,
wow.
she does. She doesn't have plans, because neighbors, they like to complain because of you building rentals. They still staying in houses that they are not approved. Because of it's just one structure, and they'll tell you that we don't want criminals here, we don't want crime, we don't want noise, and
Yeah.
only to find out my neighbor just built on my wall. When we check the map, her gate is just on where my wall is supposed to go. But now I can say we're friends. She's the one who's telling me, did you know that one of your neighbor is moving out or whatever? We've made things like now we are friends. We're no longer fighting. So, because now she knew that I also did my research to check if your house is approved, ma'am. And I see that it's not approved. So if you want me to take it on, I can, but I'm not like that. You see. Mm.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Now,
Mm.
Botle, you it sounds like you
Yeah.
buy particular pieces of land and you develop them. What is the focus? What
Mm.
is your preference of
Yeah.
focus in terms of property? But like, what kind of housings are you buying and managing
Mm.
and tenanting? What is it? What is it that you prefer doing?
Mm. Okay. On my side, I prefer multiple families,
Right.
tenants. That's what I'm focusing on now. I haven't done flip. I haven't done buy and selling. I haven't done so. For now, the properties that I have, all of them I buy, I renovate, and just rent it out to multiple multiple families. That's my focus currently. So that's what I'm doing.
Awesome. That sounds good. Now, Ponte, you're a mom. You're a wife. You are project manager. You are the project, right? Can you hear me there?
Okay.
Ponte, you are a mom. You are a wife. You are project manager. You are project owner. You are the finance minister. All of these hats, right, that you're wearing, and you're still executing these projects, and you're also an investigator, making sure that those that are reporting you are also checking them out. How do you balance all of this?
Yeah, TJ, to be honest with you,
Yeah,
it's very difficult. It's very tough. And you've got a family. Remember, when you do this yourself, you end up working like more hours compared to when you work a normal job where you'll go and come back. So for me, we've decided, because even if we are in the house, we end up talking property, or you end up watching TJ with all those videos, YouTubes. So we've decided that, you know what, we need to have at least a day where it's our Sunday, where we'll just go out of the house, because if you are in the house, you'll always find something to do.
right.
So just go out with the kids. Just even if you just go to a park and relax there, just to find out how are they doing, like individually, are they okay? Because sometimes you get too busy, too busy, that you neglect like kids. You don't even see when even there's changes in the house. So we just do that check in on our Sundays to see who's who, how are you doing, the school and all that. Yeah, it's been tough. It's something that we're still struggling with, to be honest. It's something that we still want to structure, especially now since we're busy with two projects. It's very difficult for us, but it's something that we're working on now. How can we handle this one? So yeah, but I think we're getting there. As I said, we just dedicated one day now. We started now to say, okay, we just need to have that one Sunday. I mean, to have check-ins with the kids and see and be out of the house, because you end up being on videos, watching all those YouTube videos about properties, or you end up talking about property at all. So, but if we are in a different space or different whatever where we go, it's much easier.
100%.
Yeah, so
That makes sense.
that's what.
I mean, we've got the same practice in our household where it's a no phone, no laptop, and we're not allowed to talk about a property or the business, and let's try to connect, just the family. And it's one of those things that can easily creep up, because property is a family business.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah. But then
yes, true.
when you started off on this
True,
journey,
because
yeah, go for it, Botle.
no, I was saying true when you say it's a family a business, because you end up hearing your kids when you with them, they will tell you, why can't we add a room? Or you see now that, I mean, now they are growing on the same that you are with them all the time, because you don't have time. It's either you are in the car with them driving somewhere to one of the properties, and yeah, it's a family it's a family business property as a whole. Everyone is learning from there.
Yeah. Now, Botle, if when you started off initially in this, right? I mean, you've been funeral parlor, events, and all of these other businesses that you started off. But there you are now, you are in property, and it sounds like now you're on your third project. I don't know how many projects you have done so far. How many projects have you done so far, Ponte?
I've done 4. I'm doing the 5th one now.
Awesome,
So
awesome,
I've got 4 that are done already. So I'm busy with the 5th one.
awesome stuff. And this is from 2013 when you bought the land and it was just lying idle, and you started now putting in some effort into it. Across border, how many tenants do you now have?
Um, 10, 10, 20, plus 27.
Right. So you got 27 families that are highly dependent on you for providing accommodation in your different properties that you've got. And when you look back from when you started off in these other businesses and now property, what do you think is the benefits that you are seeing now in your journey to say, well, I thought this was going to be benefit X, and yes, we can now feel it now on this benefit on our journey?
Yeah, the benefit, I'll say, time, mostly the first one. Because before, when you work 9 to 5, where you go to work, you didn't have enough time to attend your schools, family days. I never attended. To be honest with you, my first baby, I've never, only the father that will go and attend. So now the time I can manage my own time. I will know that from this time to this time I'll be here, from this time to this time. So now they can see their mom on whatever activities that they do at school, which that it's very warmly to them to see you when they play that soccer, when they swim, when they, and secondly, I'll say being able to access your cash flow. You've got enough action. Also, it's one of run your business through a company capacity.
Right. That's awesome stuff there. Right. I think for me, these two things that you speak about, Bontle, they are key to me, and this is, I think, the biggest winner that you can get with property, because it's not a business that needs you to be hands-on all the time if you now know how to manage it correctly. And it sounds like you're doing it great there. And it can also be, if you're managing it as a business, it has a snowball effect where the more you're doing, the more you can also get to be having more and more projects. So well done there. Right. But then we're going to go into the last segment here of this show here. And in this part here, I just want to ask you a couple of things. And the one thing that I want to ask of you is, when you started off the property journey, right, what is the one thing that you underestimated that you're actually seeing as a key thing in property now?
Which I underestimated. I remember the other day, we attended your class and we were talking with the guys, and it's letting people know what you do.
Yeah.
Because I was somebody who's very secretive. I wouldn't tell you that I'm on property, this is what I'm doing. I'll do my own things. And not knowing that one day I will need money from people. There will be time where I won't be able to get certain money from the bank, and I'll definitely need money. And you said to us, make sure that you tell each and every one that what you're doing. Make sure that you inform family members, because we had that thing of, oh no, I don't want people to know my things. I don't want to, like, not. But now I talk about every day, and if I can tell you now, we bought 2 properties. So it's something that I underestimate. I'll co-own like 2 or 3 properties with the people that I never shared the information with. So I'll say, yeah, I don't know whether can I say it's marketing or what, but just to let people know what you do.
100%. So just making people aware of what you do, because you never know who can be the investor, right? And that's good. High five to you. Do you have any favorite business book, Bontle?
Yes, it's, I think, the famous one, Think and Grow Rich.
Okay.
That's the one that I got time and to read it. And Dealing with Emotions for Your Financial Freedoms by Mavis.
Right.
That's the two that are my favorite. Really, yeah.
If you look at people that are successful, Bontle, in the property space, you're in the property space, fairly new, but you've already, I mean, you're managing just below 30 tenants,
Mm.
families that are heavily dependent on you. Um, and to me, that's great already. But if you have to look at people that are successful, people like you who are doing this,
Mm.
what would you say is the winning criteria or the winning recipe compared to those that are not winning?
Mm. Educate yourself, like as you normally say, because property you take it very light to say you buy, you build, and not knowing there are a lot of things. There's legality, there's your rules and regulations that you need to is to educate yourself and make sure that you follow people that they've done it before and they're still doing it and they're very successful. So I will say just educate yourself. That's the most first thing. Focus, commit yourself. Yeah, that's the only thing that I can say to them. Just educate yourself. Get yourself educated on property space.
Awesome stuff. I think you can never stress on that. Bontle, myself, I think when I started off, up until now, um, at average, I'm digging in a book. At average, I am learning from someone locally, overseas, it
Mm.
doesn't matter. And there is quite a lot to learn in property. And it's not really like formalized. The things that you can
Mm.
actually just gravitate to one person, you can run with a certain section. And of
Mm.
late, I've been obsessed about um, getting my body healthy for my mind. You know,
Yeah. Mm.
I've been obsessed on that because I think where we are right now with a lot of people that are dying during COVID, I
Mm.
realized that uh, I am fit, but
Mm.
it's like when you're buying property for the first time, you don't think you can buy a two-bed, one bed. But now when you buy a
Mm.
block of flats, it's a second achievement, right? And you buy another one, you're
Mm.
like, oh, you can do it again. And I
Mm.
looked at myself, Ponte, within the last couple of months during COVID, and I said, you know, a lot of people that are dying in the COVID space, and not that I don't want to die and go and meet Jesus, but I just realized that I, I am fit, but I can be
Mm.
fitter. There is
Yes,
room,
that's
you know,
true.
there is room. So what can I
Mm.
do? Can I start off some yoga?
Mm.
Can I start off some stretching? Can I start off to extend my kilometers that I run? Can I start eating a little bit
Mm.
more healthier than before? And all of
Mm.
this, Bontle, I've realized if your body is fit, your mind responds in the same way as well. Because people that are successful, they are not lazy and and
Mm.
they don't look after themselves. They're
Yeah.
strong. They're strong in stature and strong in mind. And
Yes, true.
and for me, it never used to be a focus, right?
Mm.
So yes, I'm winning in property, but how else can I win more? You know,
Mm.
and this thing about physically being strong. I'm not saying that I want to have six packs and all of those things. You know, like you know, but just being physically strong. You know what I mean? Um,
Mm.
and on top of that, I also realized that if my body is strong, I can
Mm.
endure the certain pressures that comes with certain pressures in life. I was
Mm.
talking to my doctor the other day, and he was saying to me, "You know, you're doing very well. Your blood pressure hasn't been going up at all, and things like that." And I was like,
Mm.
"I think those exercises are working." So I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I've increased the way I'm exercising and things like that." And he says, "Well done." And I am
Mm.
thinking that it many a times we think that getting the education to learn could be the
Mm.
key, but for some people, it's just about maybe learning how to wake up 2 hours before than what they used to be so that they can actually
Mm.
start learning,
True.
right? So we're all different in our space of life and learning. I think, I don't know how I can express the learning part, because there's so many things that we can do differently in our lives to improve our lives.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Awesome stuff. Now, one thing I'm going to end off here, and but the question that I want to end off by asking you to say, what does success look like for Bontle?
Success to me is seeing somebody else succeeding through Bontle's success.
Ah, come on.
That's success to me, and having inner peace. For me, waking up, having this peace because of I'm gonna do what I love, and the courage that I have. That's success for me. So if you have those things, that you've got your inner peace and you see what you're doing, it's benefiting other people, I mean, the rest will flow. The rest will follow. Then your success, it will follow. Whatever that you want to achieve, as long as it affects another person, it makes sure that the other person that it's next to you, the other person that you're working with, they're also successing because of you. That's success for me. To look at 1, 2, 3 and say, those guys, they are successful because of through Bontle's success. I think that's success for me.
That's heartwarming. Thanks for being here with us today. I know technology hasn't been of great, but we sailed through. And your story, Bontle, it's an amazing one. High five to you on your successes of the different properties that you have studied on, and you're just shy of 30 families managing them. I know it's a bit of a mission to manage them, but your journey is just starting, and well done.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We always follow you. You're doing a great job.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. That is Bontle, and
thank you so much.
Right. Cheers now, Bontle. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.